into, I have so many clients like this who are like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, or I don't want to, come off looking strange or quirky or whatever that is. Lean into your authenticity.
Mm,
Lean into it. Hold that power. People are going to resonate and lean into that. Also, not everyone in the world is going to like you, and you're not going to like everyone, and there's not going to be great synergy with everybody that you meet, and that's 100% okay. Say
mm,
thanks for the time. It was great to talk to you. I'm going to mingle and exit.
mm,
But really be authentic to who you are. A couple years ago, I met a lady in an industry. First time we did a session, I immediately thought to myself, I have no idea how she's in this industry. She is not going to last. Her personality is so adverse
mm.
to any other personalities I had seen in that industry. And I was like, oof, I don't know. I don't know. And then by the second session, I was like, I get it. She's holding her own. She's holding her authenticity. She is right there. And people either go to that and stick like glue, or they're like, yeah, not my thing. Right. And so I think in the world of people, it is much better to be your authentic self, to do that instead of making sure that everyone
Mm.
feels good around you, because then you're a neutral and not memorable. Right? So we want to be memorable. We want to be who we are and authentic. So obviously we need to be kind and all of those things. But be you. Be your quirky self. Yeah. I love
I
it.
love this. I love this. And that is quite reassuring because you made me think about a conversation that I had with the founder of a, a company called Happiness Index.
Mhm.
And I remember that the conversation, he was sitting beside of me after the speaking event and Irish guy. So I started talking about Peru, where I grew up until the age of 15. And the guy suddenly started, oh, I have been there. And then he was telling me stories. And just by the weird me talking about food in Peru, I ended up having
Yes.
an awesome conversation for 2 hours and more. And now we have become really close because
Oh, I love
we
that.
found out that we are both a little bit too weird.
Yeah. And amazing. And amazing. Yes.
I- but the difficulty at work is that when we advocate for our own work at the office, it can often
Mhm.
feel like a little bit like bragging, showing off.
Yeah.
How can we apply your you framing technique to
Mhm.
our internal updates so that we are highlighting our results in a way that focuses on the value we brought to the team or the company, but it's not about ourselves? Is there an angle that we can do it so that it doesn't sound awkward?
Yes, and it's hard to do. So
Uh,
I will say you framing versus I framing. I'll give a little kind of education on what that means. So I framing is that we always come by I. So I did this year. I completed this. I had X amount come in. I'd like a raise now. I'd like a promotion, right? That's all I framing. You framing is, so the last time that we spoke together, you had come up with a plan of action and I had agreed to that of how we're going to build this for my success. And I'd like to talk to you today around how you feel those outcomes were achieved and how you see things going forward from there. That's you framing.
mm,
So it is a practice learned skill. I will tell you that you will never have it down 100%, I don't think. I do this for a living, and I still, there's days where I'm like, yep, I just went right back into I-framing. And the reason is because on a psychological level, we always think about I.
mm,
That is normal for humans. But when we think about that, then we can say, okay, well, so if I'm doing that as a human, so are my superiors, so is everyone else in my office, so are my clients. So I want to make sure that I'm focusing on them because they're focusing on them, right? So my outcomes, if I'm successful and I am reporting to someone, then that means they're successful.
mm,
So thinking around, okay, if I'm successful, then they get to be successful. So let's talk about their success. What are the things that I can do a little bit more for my career, for
mm,
my success, that will then drive you as well, right?
mm,
Because we're in it, inadvertently, whether we love it or not, we're all in this together when we're in
mm,
corporate. And so uh, finding those paths. Now, here's the corporate nuance to that is that you throw all these different personalities in a bucket, which is a corporate high rise building somewhere, and you say, go play nice in the sandbox, right? That's the reality of corporate, and that's can be difficult. We have all these different personalities. We run up against, people that we really don't work well together with. And so really those nuances are what's going to come into play there, and recognizing that everyone is trying to just do their best at the end of the day, and coming back to that. It's so easy to get off of that. I worked in corporate for a long time and I get it. But coming back to everyone's here to do their best. Everyone's here for X, right? They're here to sustain their family. They're here to, pay off their mortgage. They're here to, whatever that is. We're all in that. All of us are in that. So it's just kind of this hybrid of how do we do it together and limp along and find out the best ways. And communication is the key. And a lot of times we're running so fast these days that we forget to check in on how we're actually communicating for the impact. So our intent is, I want to raise. I did good this year. I want people to see me as value. All of those. That's the intent.